And we're live. I'm not even going to bring it in like that because it's not that kind of episode. This episode, ladies and gentlemen, is a celebration. Raise a glass if you got it. Dalton, where's your glass?
Kirkland Seltzer, does that count?
One whole year of friendship and news hours. Whole year we've been doing this. My name's Frank. His name's Alex. And we have the great White Hope, Dalton Robinette. Happy to have you here, man. Celebrate the year with you. I couldn't think of a better person, to be honest with you. But that being said, you weren't our first choice.
That's fair. This is what dreams are made of.
How have you been, Mr. Terry Tapioca?
Everything's great. Back home, I have 2 kids.
Oof.
We just bought a house, so we're moving out soon.
Hey,
everything's
Jesus
great.
Christ.
Nice. Congrats.
Leave some of the dream for the rest of us, man.
Tell us about the house.
Well, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Has a very nice back patio. It's 3-season patio.
Can you tell Californians what a 3-season patio is?
So you go outside, but there's thick windows, but there's also a heater and a fan. So you can open the windows when springtime. You can heat it up when it's wintertime.
Is that like the front of the Tremainsville house? Is that kind of like what that is?
Yes, but picture that like times 5. It's a ginormous room.
Nice, man.
But it's also not as like 1920s, and it's not all smoked out.
It's a good distinction. Nice, dude. Congratulations.
How did that home buying process go? Was it an easy one right now, or was it tough?
You know, it wasn't too bad, but mainly it was very stressful. But the big thing was that, like, our realtor we were really good friends with, and also our lender, so our person that we ran through the bank with, he was a childhood friend of mine, so he really helped me out. It was really nice to, like, have a group chat with everybody, and we all just got it together instead of, like, doing emails and not knowing any of these people.
Hit him with the shout out. Who is it?
Shout out to Adri. She's a Hoji. And I said Hoji, but she's a Ho. She's my girl. She's great.
She's a nice lady.
How many houses did you go through before you got to this one?
We put in offers in 4 houses before we got this one, and this would be the 5th one.
Man.
And every single time we offered over at least $10,000, and someone would outbid us. So that was the stressful part. And there was a couple times where we were like, we didn't even really want the house, but it was the size and everything else. Like, I had to do a lot of work, but there was the size that we wanted. So we would offer, and then someone offered $10,000 more than what we offered. So they were going $20,000 over. And they were being sold in 10 minutes. Like, they'd be on the market like, oh, this is nice. Let's go look at it. And before we could even like say, hey, we're going to go look at it. Oh, it's already sold.
Damn.
I've never bought a house, but like, it's got to be a process. So you just put the offer in, right?
But mainly you got to go to the bank and make sure that you have been approved for a specific loan before you even get started. If you're not approved for a bank loan and you're just offering for houses, you're kind of just screwing yourself.
Yeah.
So once you get approved for a house, then it's just constant paperwork, constant sending things in, doing appraisals, doing inspections. Yeah. Making sure that you're doing final walkthroughs, making sure you're actually spending enough money for people to actually go look at that house correctly. Like, you know, infestations, the roof, leaks. If you just have someone just walk in like, oh, yeah, it looks good. Like, you know, from our eyesight, then you're probably going to be screwed at the end of the day.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that sounds like a process.
So it was a lot. So it's like a lot of extra money you got to spend before you even get to the point of actually putting your down payment down and stuff. But in the end, it's worth it. And it's a relief after this one. This is the second house I bought. So this one wasn't as bad as the first one. The first one was like 200 pages that I had to sign. This one I was in and out in 20 minutes.
Nice.
Which I don't know if that's good or bad, but now I have to wait 30 days for the keys. Last time it was just like, yeah, here's the keys. The side door is locked, Jimmy's, so make sure you jiggle the lock. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to change the locks.
When do you get your keys?
It'll be May 8th, so the day after my dirty 30.
Hey.
Turn 30, get keys to your house.
Hell yeah.
Damn, dude. You got it all going on, Dalton.
Yes.
Kind of putting us to shame. Anyways, you just had your second kid, and I'm curious, how soon after you had your second kid did you recognize the difference between them and your firstborn? Like, was it like immediate? Like the difference in personality and like who they are and what they do? And
well, it was kind of weird because Carson was very easy. He was just like, but also at the same time, we didn't have a second child. So it's like, that's where the weird thing is. Like, you know, we were kind of like newlyweds at the time we had Carson. It seemed like he was very good. He didn't cry. He wasn't colicky or anything. Parker, we ended up having to switch like 7 or 8 formulas before we finally got to a formula that didn't make him just scream all day. So Parker is he's a challenge. He's a cute little baby. He's a fatty, but he is a challenge. But now he's finally getting into his groove. He has a personality now. He just smiles and yells. He loves Carson. Carson and him it's a weird bond to just watch them. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah, Dalton, you can make some beautiful children, man.
I thank my wife for that because unfortunately that they both look just like her. So sometimes they look like me, but I was hoping I'd have one kid that looked like me, but watch, they're going to grow up and they're both going to be bald with a red beard. And I'm going to say, I told you so. So I guess we'll find out then.
Oh, man. Who do you see more of yourself in between the two?
So far, Carson.
So far, yeah.
He's a ball of energy. And
Yeah.
he's a sass ball.
So he's got the most tapioca in him, you'd say?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because like Erica would be like, hey, Carson, you want to go to bed? He's like, no. It's like, she's like, Carson, no. And then he'll laugh like, ha, ha, ha. And then he'll walk away. So I don't know where he got that from. But,
Wow. It's incredible.
but he's a sweet little kid. He's good. He just has his moments where, just like any 2-year-old throws his little tantrums. Al, how's your baby doing?
He's good, man. I'm excited to see more of what you're just talking about, like more of his personality, because like he's at like 4 months now, so like you're starting to see more and more, and he's like, they tell me like his memory's developing now, and he's remembering more and more things, and the brain's just like blowing up right now. So I just can't wait to like see more of that shit. But
yeah,
he's good, man. He just had a maybe you've dealt with this before, but like a constipation problem.
Yep.
Like yeah, so it was like 4 days, and he hadn't taken a shit, and he was like, his stomach was rock hard. He's been like, so you have to like pretty much hold him a certain way or he'll be crying because he's just so uncomfortable.
Did you do the knees to the chest?
Oh yeah, we bike legged that
the bike legs, yeah.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff, like warm showers or warm baths.
Did you almost mother F your own kid?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Oh man, already started. He's 4 months old, doesn't have a job, can't fart.
Oh, but yeah, he finally, it happened today. He took his shit after almost 4 days, so he feels way better now. He's very happy.
Al, let me ask you a question. How many times have you been shit on already?
Oh, not like he like projectile shits on me, but like if I'm changing him, I'll like get shit on my hand sometimes.
Does he pee over top of his head? He's like, here we go.
No, he's he's chill. He's pretty good.
That's the worst one.
Yeah.
So you change his diaper, you're just like talking to him, and he'll start laughing. You just see the shot over his head. Like,
I've looked down before, and his face is just like wet, and he's like. I'm like, oh, dude, my bad.
I just palm it with my hand every time. Like, why did I do that? So I have a diaper in my other hand, and I use my hand to palm his wiener. So it just pees.
You're living on the edge there, yeah.
Yeah. Fearless.
Oh, that's so funny. I've had my niece pee on me once. I had it like on my lap, and we had just come back from a Padre game. I forget what we were doing. We were just like playing around or whatever. And I remember like feeling like something was warm. So like my first thought was like, oh, I think she might have just pooped. And then it started getting warmer, and I was like, she's peeing on me for sure. I just look up, dude, just giant puddle of pee.
There you go.
Child's peeing on me.
Damn. See, but like if they're laying down, like when you're changing them, like a girl, if she pees, it'll just like pee out. With a guy, it could go anywhere, bro. Like it just depends what direction the little guy is sitting that day. You know what I'm saying? So it's Russian roulette at that point.
Oh, tremendous.
I did want to tell you guys about that story that happened to me yesterday. That was why I brought up poop. Carson just looked at me, and I was like, what happened? Are you okay? He's like, yeah. It's like, all right. And then I looked at my phone, looked back up, and both of his hands were in his pants, like in his back. And I was like, Carson, what are you doing? He goes, I pooped. I was like, then why are your hands in your pants? And he just like literally pulled out his hands. He goes, uh-oh, you. His hands were covered in poop. He's like, why would you do that? He goes, sorry, Dad, I had itch. And I was like, no, you don't put your hands in your pants. So then I'm like trying to wipe off his poop. But his like hands are covered in poop, and then he just grabs my forearm and just goes across my forearm. I was like, oh god,
oh damn!
But it was funny because he kept saying like, "Sorry, Dad." It's like, oh, it's okay, buddy, it's all right. I had itch. Sorry, Dad. But yeah, those are like the stories. Are like at the time I was like, you got to be kidding me. But then I thought about it like an hour later, like that's hilarious. That's something I'm gonna tell him. Like, you just for some reason just put your hands in your pants when you pooped.
Well, he was just trying to probably check it. He's like, did I shit? Oh, yeah, that's shit.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Isn't that wild, dude? Isn't that wild? A human being smeared shit on your forearm yesterday, and you just you couldn't love him more.
That's the thing is, it's like, that's literally like the first time he's ever done that. Yeah. Maybe the second that he's actually like had like a piece of poop on his finger, and he's just like, ew. Like, and he'll just like look at you like, hey, can you wipe this off? And it's like, wait, you just pooped.
How did their sleep training go and whatnot? Like, do they sleep through the night and everything?
We've had no issues either way.
That's nice.
Carson, like, I think when we first had him, we would wake him up and feed him every 2 hours because he was underweight. But then other than that, after like 6 months, he would sleep all the way through the night, and we've had no issues. Carson goes to sleep. We put him to bed, and he's like, night-night, and he doesn't wake up till 9.
Nice.
Parker goes to sleep around 10 now because we have to give him his last bottle, and he wakes up about 7.
Okay.
I mean, throughout the night and stuff, like he'll cry, and then we'll pat him, and then he goes back to sleep. If he gets too much, then we'll feed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far, we've actually been very lucky to be able to get night sleep.
Yeah, not everyone can say that, bro. Some nights Walt was bad kind of earlier, but now, dude, we started sleep training with him, and like we put him in his room and in his crib, and throw the white noise machine on real quick, play a little music. That dude's out like within 10 minutes at the most.
That sound machine is crucial.
Yeah, dude.
You got one of those hatches? Those are the best.
Yeah, I think we do actually. Yeah.
The one that lights up in different colors. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Very classy. It's a very classy sound machine. It's like, hell yeah.
White noise is nice though, man. Sarah has done it for like years, and I was like, whatever. I'm impartial to it. Like, if it helps you, sure. But like now, if I don't have white noise when I go to bed, it's like I have to be watching a TV or I can't like fall asleep. I feel like.
I would say the last 2 years, the same thing. But it's almost like when you have your mind racing, it's almost like you can focus on the noise and calm down.
Yeah,
and I know that's a big issue for me and being a dad in general. Is your mind wanders constantly from work and what am I going to do? Everything else.
I do have some nights though, dude, where I'm just like so tired. I'll just get to the couch like downstairs, throw the TV on. It's like I don't even know what I watched. I fell asleep within 3 seconds of laying down on that couch, bro. Just knocked.
Al's watching Ancient Aliens.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Ghost Adventures. You know I fucks with those shows, man. Everyone makes fun of me for Ghost Adventures, but I love those shows.
3-6 Mafia music videos.
Yeah, the BET Uncut videos. I just throw those on loop.
Yeah. Carl Anthony Towns.
What kind of wine are you sipping on?
Local wine.
Only the finest.
Blue Door Winery. They all kind of have like a olive taste to them.
Olive? Yeah. In a wine? That's interesting. Like pimento or like black olive?
It's not like on purpose. They don't. It's just how they do it. They're okay. I like them.
I'm a big Malbec fan and red blend fan. I really like red blends because you never know what you're going to get, but it's usually pretty good.
It's the most housewife thing you ever said to me.
You think so?
I really love red blend.
Red blends are great, man. It's a great, safe wine. You can take it to any party and someone will drink it.
Al, have you ever gone to Costco to get the bulgogi wonton dumpling things?
I've seen them there, never got it. We've been eating the yakisobas like crazy, bro.
Those are good, but those get old quick.
I agree.
Those pot stickers.
Okay. Solid. Are they pork?
Fire. I don't know. I think it's beef.
Okay.
Fire. And they don't come with sauce. You really don't need a sauce with them, but you can like make your own if you want. They're fucking delicious.
That's one thing though I've never been like huge on. Also because I'm not a big pork guy in that form. Like I don't like...
You don't like formed pork?
Formed pork. Yeah, exactly. I like a pork chop, you know?
I'm a sucker for pork. I like pork all sorts, really. But pork chop?
Fucking with
dude,
pork
if
chop. I
see it on the menu, I get it. That's what I get. I was at my brother's birthday dinner. Ordered a pork chop. They didn't have it. I was so disappointed. I was so let down. I look forward to it so much. I love pork chops. There's a place. Sorry, I have to tell you. I don't know why we'll ever be there. I sent you the picture. It's a place called Oyster Loft in Pismo Beach, California.
You did send me that. Yeah.
I got a double bone-in pork chop, and it didn't make sense how good it was. The brain doesn't compute the deliciousness. It's one of those things I'll always remember. I'll be like, wow. The first thing I did, I looked at my boss and I go, you have to try this. And I cut him a piece and I put it on his plate. I was just like, eat that. And he goes, wow. He goes, that's insane. I was like, right. It's insane. It's unbelievable.
When it's done right, pork cooked like that is fantastic, man. Mm-hmm. I don't like when I was little, my mom used to make this thing called city chicken, and it was just like this piece of pork, like on a skewer almost. So it was like a little bit thinner, and then she like put all these seasonings and shit on it, which kind of made like a breading, and just put those bitches in the oven, I think, for a little bit, and then maybe like sear them quick. Delicious.
City chicken.
But I don't like pork in like sausage form. Like I'm saying, when it's like inside of a pot sticker as much or whatever, or like a sausage, like a Italian sausage. I don't like that.
Or a dumpling or anything like that. Really?
I don't prefer it. I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't prefer it usually.
I feel like that's where it shines, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So versatile. I love Italian sausage. You get a really good, nice, like firm, crumbly, but tender Italian sausage. Dude, I tell you what, man.
What is the biggest Italian sausage you think you could fit in you? Would you say if you had to measure it?
I say, what are limits?
How long can they case it?
You know, give me a range. I'll let you know. It's a lot. The answer's a lot.
What do you, what's up with the LeBron and the Lakers, man? What do you think, what should they do? How do they fix that problem there?
Go Cavs.
You want to know how out of the loop I am of the NBA? I just found out tonight that Kyrie Irving is a Muslim.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I had no idea that he was practicing
just found
Muslim.
out.
I had no clue. Somebody said something in a group chat, and I was like, "Oh, why are you saying that about Kyrie
He
Irving?"
had a fantastic game last
And that's
night.
what it's saying, isn't it? Ramadan right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
And so
He's
he's fasting, and he played, scored 30. It's incredible. I had no idea.
The whole Kyrie Irving thing, don't get me wrong, I get it with the whole COVID vaccine thing. I just still think it's shitty in New York with the whole COVID vaccine, everything else that was going on, the mandate that he wasn't able to play at home, and now the playoffs hit. It's like, oh, by the way, now we just lifted it, so you're good.
Yeah, isn't it crazy just how stupid and like arbitrary that is?
Also, how COVID just kind of disappeared and now no one talks about it anymore. That's another thing.
We talk about it, Dalton.
Okay.
Pepperidge
Take
Farm
it easy.
remembers.
The chocolate cows remember.
Dude, I would be interested to go back through our last year and count how many episodes didn't have a mention of COVID in it.
Seriously. And then all of a sudden, boom.
What I meant was like CNN and W2L News. When you turn on the news, like no one talks about it.
Nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it. It's still going.
But what do you think? What are the Lakers going to do? How is LeBron going to win another championship, Dalton?
My thought is, well, first of all, him and AD need to stay healthy.
So you think AD needs to stay for sure?
That's the main point of everybody staying healthy. We shouldn't have gotten Russell Westbrook in the first place. Westbrook, sorry. I didn't mean to say Westbrook. If I did, sorry, Russell. But we shouldn't have got him in the first place. We should have went after DeRozan, tried to figure out how to get Kyle Lowry the Lakers. That's not we. I'm not a Lakers fan.
Okay, but that's hindsight saying that, though. I agree with you. But like before the season, when you heard you got Russell Westbrook, it's like, bro, fuck yeah. I think if you ask most Laker fans before the season, do you want Russell Westbrook or DeMar DeRozan? I bet you more people say Russ.
But the thing is also when I texted you and we both found out, and I texted you like, holy shit, Russell Westbrook is going to be on the Lakers, and we were like both like, holy shit, that's going to be dope. But then they got older. The entire veteran team just became like the oldest team in the league all of a sudden.
Right.
And then Kendrick Nunn never played a game.
Why did Russ have to suck? That doesn't make sense to me.
It's not that I don't like his numbers look good, but it was just like when you watch games, it's like sometimes his decisions did not make any sense to what he was doing. But I didn't think he was playing horrible. I mean, he definitely had really bad games, but like when everybody else, like LeBron was off, or they were both off games and it was just Russell Westbrook, he played it fantastic. So it's like, I don't know what it is, but like when they're all on the court, he's like, he doesn't know what to do with his body or his hands like Ricky Bobby.
Honestly, I think what that is, though, is because they had I think it was like 50 different starting lineups this year. Like, it was constantly changing all the time. And to his credit, like Russ definitely had a bad year, but Russ played in 78 games this season.
Yeah,
he played in almost every single game.
He did not take
bro.
games off. Yeah,
that's what I mean. So it's like
I'll respect him for it. Definitely.
Yeah, compared to LeBron and AD missed like 2/3 of the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was barely even there. So that's a huge piece lost. Like, and then if you just keep having a rotating door, it's like I could see how that's hard to get something going as a team. Not many
because there's no chemistry. There's no chemistry because you don't understand the rotations. You don't understand anything. So then everybody's on the court. It's like, oh, well, I haven't played with you in 15 games. Where are you going to be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's tough, man. I think they got to move on from Russ. But if they kept him another year, I'd be like, eh.
The first decision I would have done before anything was keep Alex Caruso.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, he got hurt this year too, though.
All he does is hustle.
Yeah.
That's what you need in the NBA. People that don't need to just walk up and down the court. He's full sprint the entire game. So
Austin Reeves is similar in his own way, though.
I do like Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Who could they get?
Indiana was an option for Russ.
I also saw Charlotte.
No, but I mean, like, who could the Lakers get?
Well, they would like trade him to Indiana for probably.
They have him for more than a year.
It does. It says he has a player option worth $47.06 million for the upcoming season, one that he'll probably pick up.
That's a lot of change.
Yeah, so that means that the Lakers would have to trade him since he has the option. So it's Malcolm Brogdon, Buddy Hield, and TJ McConnell. Yeah. Which it's like that's a good return for him, but I don't know. I probably would do it. I would do it because just Russ, as much of a baller as he is, and I respect his talent and like the fact that he's averaged triple doubles, like that's insane. But like his teams have never like made it to the promised land and succeeded for real. Yeah, like he got to the finals with Durant and Harden, but like they lost that time too. So to LeBron James.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I think they should move on. That's my opinion. I think they should keep AD though. Give him one more chance.
I know it's never going to happen, but I really hope LeBron comes back to Cleveland just to finish out his career. What a dream that would be.
He said he's going to go wherever his kid is, man.
I'm never going to not put it back in the book. It's still possible. He does a lot of things that don't make sense to me, but the Lakers made sense.
Yeah, it did.
Unfortunately, because it's like, I still remember I was in a restaurant when I looked up and I saw it, and I just I'm not even hungry anymore. And I pushed my food up. I was like, can I get another Long Island?
You don't like the Lakers like before? You're not a fan?
I've always been, as everybody else is, I've always been a huge Kobe fan, but I am not a Lakers fan.
Okay. Gotcha.
I like Kobe.
Yeah, I fuck with Kobe. I think he's the third best of all time. I love Kobe Bryant. But I've always fucked with them, like when they had Shaq and shit too, and Magic. But
it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
They were cool. I liked the Lakers too. Or like Kobe in that era. I used to hate on them, but how could you? They're amazing. You know who I really like? Former Laker. My favorite basketball players of all time, Robert Horry.
Luke Walton.
Fuck Luke Walton. No, Robert Horry.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Horry's a man, dude. Robert Horry would just sit in the wing and be like, yep, drain. That's all he did.
Was he always a Spur, or did he play elsewhere?
He played for the Lakers.
He played for the Lakers.
He did play
I think he played for the Spurs too. I think he has like 6 rings.
He played for the Spurs and he won a championship with Duncan.
He's got a lot of rings.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Dude, that show on HBO, Winning Time, is really good though.
Yeah,
really
solid.
I watched the first couple episodes.
John C. Reilly's good in it, man.
He's great.
I'm also very excited that The Batman is going to come to HBO on the 18th, and I didn't get to go to see it in theaters, and I'm very excited that I haven't had time. I've been working nonstop, and I have kids at home.
Do yourself a favor, and you're sick one day. You got sick time. Costco gives it to you. Use it. You're sick the next coming week. You go see that movie in a theater, bro.
My wife always tells me, hey, you should call off. I have worked at Costco for now 8 years, and I have called off one time in 8 years. And I called off that one time because I was a marketer at that time, and I had nothing planned or in the books. And they told me I had to make phone calls in the office all day, and I said, fuck that. I called off, and I went to a Mud Hens game and felt guilty the entire day.
Hey, good for you, man. Good for you. Honestly, that's something to be proud of. 8 years at Costco, I called off plenty of times. I mean, I didn't make it a habit, but I definitely a handful. I would say at least half a dozen times in the 4 years I worked at Costco called off. While we're talking about Costco accomplishments, my little brother Joe got Employee of the Month.
Attaboy, Joseph.
Nice.
As a meat cutter in
yeah.
What the hell city is he in Texas?
Is it at Texaco City?
Where does Texas Tech play? Lubbock.
Lubbock, okay.
Lubbock, Texas, Costco. Employee of the Month, Joe.
for him.
He gets a parking spot.
Shout out to Joe. Good job. Joe, every time I think about Joe, I always think about when we tried to sneak him into a bar. And we tried to get him over the fence, and they're like, what are you doing? And we're like, no, he's cool. He climbed over a fence at a bar.
What was the name of that bar?
Chuck's on Monroe.
Chuck's on Monroe.
Right in front of the Best Buy. It made no sense.
It was
where I met my wife.
That's where you met Erica? No way.
Yeah. And
at Chuck's?
And I said, oh, who's that baby girl?
How long you guys been together now?
Coming on 9 years now.
Damn. Married for how long?
We'll be married for 4 this year.
Okay. Congratulations. That's amazing. Who cooks the food in your family?
I do.
You're the cook?
Well, actually, I don't know. Because she does. She used to make food. I made food. But the thing is neither one of us have to cook now. The food's always just on the table now.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, but once you guys move, you got the crib.
Damn, you have to break that mold. That sucks.
Erica knows how to make chicken fajitas, which she cuts chicken into cubes and then cuts rice and cuts the peppers. And she's like, yeah, here you go. Here's dinner.
Nice.
She makes buffalo chicken dip. She makes tacos. I make the spaghetti.
I would say, what's your signature dish?
Anything on the grill.
Oh,
there you go.
I like doing pork wrap medallions. They're so good. Or the bacon wrap medallions with some twice baked potatoes with some asparagus.
Ooh, I'm a sucker for a twice baked potato. If I see them, I'm taking them. Yeah, if I see one, I'm getting one.
And we also really like to do, like, especially in the summer, like shrimp kebabs and beef kebabs, stuff like that with like the bell peppers. We'll make our own.
I'm a big kebab guy in the summer for sure. We do a lot of like chicken ones. I need to do more beef. Get the beef out.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Oh dude, I've been getting down making oatmeal lately. I think I perfected my recipe.
Down with the oatmeal, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking, you said oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Hell
yeah. From fucking skewers to oatmeal.
How much more can you improve on oatmeal? Please tell.
A lot. Okay, so the way I do it, and this is a lot of trial and error, but I think I finally perfected it. I go with a cup of oats, then I will mix in my water, so it's just about covering all the oats, and then I'll throw in some salt, and I throw in some cinnamon, stir that bitch up. Microwave, usually like 2.5 minutes, but you got to watch it because sometimes it can bubble quicker. And then as soon as that bitch comes out, I have a serving of peanut butter ready to go and a scoop of vanilla ice cream protein powder. Throw that bitch in there right as it comes out so it's super hot, and add in some almond milk and just whip that bitch. Get all the powder in there, and it's a nice fluffy creamy texture. And then I mix in some raisins and I mix in some chia, top with a banana.
Jesus Christ, how much time do you have on your hands? Can you just put hot water and oats and call it a day?
No, it takes 5 minutes and it's amazing.
You know what I thought was funny? Because as soon as he said oatmeal, the first thing I thought of was like a Quaker Oats pack.
That's what I'm saying.
I just learned how to make the best oatmeal. You mean put water in it and a dash of cinnamon? Sounds like,
I'm talking old-fashioned oats, baby.
Oh,
you just
my
put Bobby
goodness.
Flay on the oatmeal.
Dude, I actually follow what I just said. It's pretty simple.
That
It takes
does
5
sound really
minutes.
good, though.
Banging, bro.
pretty
And it's
solid.
all I need for like the whole day. It's probably like 1,000 calories.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, because oatmeal's a lot. You got peanut butter in that bitch, protein powder.
I should try something like that because I eat lunch, dude, and it's game over every day. I'll have lunch, even if it's not a lot, even if it's just like half a sandwich and a salad. 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'm like,
Yeah, right.
every day.
Sounds better than eating a slice of Costco pizza 4 days a week in 5 minutes because you have no time for a lunch.
Yeah, but at least at Costco, you're on your feet.
Yeah.
You're not sitting. I'm sitting here at a desk. I'm like trying to get through like a 99 page RFP, and I'm trying to do a response to it. I'm like typing and reading, and I'm just,
Bro, 10 a.m., bowl of oatmeal, as I described or close to it. You're going to have a great day, brother. I promise you. A little coffee.
do you not eat after like the afternoon? You have that for breakfast, and then you're good?
And then sometimes I won't eat until like tonight. I didn't eat until like 9, 10, and I was totally good.
Interesting.
Yeah, just water throughout the day.
I've tried to do so. Okay, here's the thing. I talked about this earlier, but I got a stomach bug when I was in Mexico, and for I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days afterwards. No, I'm probably closer to like 10 days afterwards. I didn't have an appetite. It just like I would see food, I would eat some, but like as soon as I hit that initial like I'm full stage, and I would normally just like push past this, like this is delicious. I'm going to continue to eat tons more of this.
You just got to push. It's the wall. It's like a runner's wall.
Yeah. No. That's your first mile, son. You have a long ways to go here. and then, but when I would hit that wall, as soon as I would hit it, I would stop eating.
Oh yeah.
And I felt amazing. And now that like bodily incentive isn't there from that stupid stomach bug, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll eat whatever I want whenever I want. And I think the main point is I was saying that is like, one, I wasn't drinking a ton of coffee in the morning. And two, I usually wasn't eating until like 10:30, 11. So I didn't eat in the morning. I would just drink water or whatever, and I would just get my day started. And honestly, dude, I think that's the way to go.
I agree.
But then I revert back, and then I wake up and I'm like tired, and I'm like, oh, coffee, need it.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I've either been doing oatmeal or I'll do like eggs on a bagel or eggs and toast or some shit like that.
Eggs work.
Been eating a lot of beans lately too. You were talking to me about refried beans the other day.
You know how I judge a Mexican food place by their authenticity? Their beans.
Go right to the beans. No rice. You're not even concerned.
Fuck the rice. Rice is easy. Fluff it up, put a little nor and some seasoning, you're fine. Rice is easy. Beans, if they taste like, so like my grandma, before she passed, God rest her soul, she made the fucking best beans. She was known for it.
This is your dad's mom?
My dad's mom, and she always had a pot on. Always. Anytime we were over there's a pot on beans. I shit you not, dude. It was just a staple. Yeah. I swear to you, it was just as common as having like a pack of tortillas.
Wow. That's
it was
amazing.
that common. The beans were always going. And she killed it. And anytime a restaurant can replicate that taste, in my book, they've won. Because that's like one of the staples, but it's easy to fuck up and it's hard to perfect. And if you can do it right, boom.
Can you replicate it yourself?
No, I couldn't, no? Dude. No, I don't make beans like that. It's a process, man, because you got to soak them and boil them and drain them and mash them and fry them and, all that. And it's kind of a process, but I should learn how.
Yeah, you should. Cream corn or regular corn? Corn is very important to the rice.
You said the corn is important to the rice? Can you?
Yeah, Mexican food, man. Like, you're going to have a good rice at a Mexican restaurant, you would expect it not to just be plain-ass rice. They got the little pieces of corn and shit in it, and it's so good. Like San Marcos. Little pieces of corn.
That's your benchmark, the vegetables and the rice?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't eat beans at any Mexican restaurant.
Really?
Oh.
Just remember, I live in Toledo.
You do live in Toledo. It's on your
So
sweatshirt.
I stay away from canned refried beans.
Hey, you know what I was talking about this the other day. So when I first went to Ohio, it was 2009, summer 2009. And you really couldn't get like anything that wasn't local to Ohio at that time. It's not that long ago. I remember in 2010, the place that I was going to college at in Delaware, Ohio, they got their first Chipotle, and it was like the biggest deal ever. Like the biggest deal ever. They had a Chipotle. It was like they won the lottery. It was incredible.
I remember when that happened in Toledo. Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Same way. Everyone was like, oh shit.
Yeah. And then Five Guys came.
I feel like the food scene, especially in a place like Toledo or like places in Ohio, has just gotten exponentially better in the past like 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Where the options aren't just like your regular old this, that, and the other. There's actual like different cuisines and people. Can you, like, for example, can you get good Thai food in Toledo?
Chris Cali could give you a place, I bet you.
Do you not eat Thai food, Dalton?
No. Well, the problem is...
What? Hold on a second. Whoa. What? When was the last time you just ordered Thai food for the fuck of it? I have to know.
I don't know if I ever have.
Oh my God, dude.
Damn.
What? Do it tomorrow, Dalton.
Yes.
Go get pad Thai tomorrow. Do it. Just do it.
I guess I'll have to text Callie because I asked him because I have no idea.
Text Callie, ask him where the best pad Thai is in Toledo, and then order immediately.
Yes.
I can't believe you never had this.
And use the lime on it. Squeeze the lime juice on top.
Do you know what I had for dinner tonight? Hamburger helper. I just bought a house. I'm poor.
And hamburger helper is great in a pinch. It's very easy to make, and it's delicious and it's filling. But I'm telling you, I would never steer you wrong. Go get Thai food as soon as you possibly can. Go get Thai food.
Okay, I will.
And Thai places usually have crab rangoons, so you can also hit a couple of those too.
We do have this hibachi to go place. We go a lot for sushi and everything else, and that's called the Ama Japan. It's right across the street from Costco now.
Okay.
And we go there all the time, but it takes 15 minutes to cook. They have like all the hibachi steak, hibachi shrimp, scallops.
So you just get a plate of like the hibachi and the fried rice and all that?
They put it in like a to-go container, but they like overload it with meat. There's like 72 sushi rolls. But we do sushi all the time now.
Nice.
So we're about sushi. That's where we go a lot.
Sushi's good. Hey, you can get some solid sushi in Toledo. I was surprised. You can get some solid sushi.
Dude, there's this place that we found, me, Pat, Alicia, and Sarah went. It's called Tokyo Steakhouse and Sushi. It's over on like Alexis, like right by Pat's house.
Yep. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Would never expect there to be a bomb-ass sushi place over there, but it's crazy, bro. Definitely hit it up.
You guys still have the QQ kitchen?
Yep. But they have the weirdest hours.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, they're always, whenever you are craving it, it's like Chick-fil-A. It always ends up being Sunday, but it's Wednesday and they're closed. So
there's a couple places here that are like that. Honestly, you know what the one thing I miss more than anything? And I don't miss a lot about Toledo. Gino's Pizza, dude. Gino's Pizza figured it out, dude. They have the recipe. Yeah. You have to go. Gino's is the best. I think I put it like at least top 5 pizzas I've ever had in my life. And maybe top 3, dude. They're so good. So
the way they do the sauce and the way they like have the cheese and then it like caramelizes at the crust. They've cracked the code.
Yeah. I just love how the crust, it's like not a normal pizza crust. It's like burnt edge crust, but it's not so burnt, but it's like crunchy.
It's got the cheese on it, and it's sweet and garlicky. Dude, it really is. I miss it. I really, really do. I feel like if people knew about that kind of pizza, like the way they make it, it would be an explosion. It's so good.
I wouldn't want Dave to come here, because if Dave came here, he'd be like, 3. It's fucking bullshit. Why'd you ask me to come to Toledo?
He came to San Diego, and they told him to go to this place called Felipe's, which is an institution in San Diego, but their pizza sucks. It's like one of those things like everyone knows about, but you're like, why do people know about this? It's not the greatest. Do you have a place like, I don't know, you might have a place like that in Toledo. Oh yeah, it's called Rudy's.
Shut your fucking whore
You
mouth.
shut the fuck up.
How dare you?
You do not say anything bad about Rudy's.
I will, dude. Rudy's, the diarrhea factory.
You take your brown nipples and go to hell. It's
so
good
good,
diarrhea.
though.
That's what
It's
Felipe's is. So imagine somebody rates hot dogs and they go to Rudy's in Toledo and they're like, yeah, thanks for the boiled hot dog and mincemeat chili.
All I'm saying is it's like a classic 1940s, 50s restaurant. That's what you would expect. And it's still a good price.
Milkshakes are banging there, bro. Their milkshakes are so good.
I know people love it, but it's my favorite place to talk shit about. And you know what? Hey, you know what's really like that for real? That's like that is Tony Paco's.
I like because Tony Paco's has
Tony
good, like,
Paco's
food,
is
bro.
full hype.
They do.
You ever had their chicken paprikash at Tony Paco's? Like anything other than just
What'd
like
you call me?
I say they have more than just a hot dog. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Dude, their stuffed cabbage rolls are really good, and their chicken paprikash.
What's a paprikash?
Chicken paprikash is like it's a spetzel. A spetzel? Is that what you call that? A spetzel noodle? You know what I'm talking about?
Why are you talking to me like that? Like I'm fucking
was just
German, dude. I don't
surprised you
know.
Pretzel?
It's a spetzel.
Looks like you're doing a Rubik's Cube.
Which is, it's like a nice doughy kind of noodle. And then you cook it with it's a chicken that's like, has a bunch of spices, but like paprika and like some other like Polish-y shit on it. And you just, cook it together and toss it. And it's like a nice kind of spice kind of to it. That's not like a hot spice, but it's a good dish.
We don't get a lot of that food here, like Hungarian, Polish, like that.
Yeah, that's true. You probably don't out there.
Nah, I'm sure there's places, but I would have to seek it out. And I really don't. As you know what I do miss every now and then, but not really, but I do. Pierogies, for sure. Pierogies, you don't get a lot of those out here.
Yes.
Those things are special.
Yes, for sure they are, man. See, that's okay. So I would say in Toledo, you have a fuck ton of like Eastern European, that kind of food, but you don't have like the kind of like Thai and Asian food that like you guys would have out west.
Are you recording this off of your Call of Duty headset?
You know what? Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just asking. I'm just trying to clarify.
I got a new one so I can actually hear. So when I talk to you guys, you can actually hear me.
You know what? I should try that one time using, I got a new headset. Chris actually got me a headset for my birthday. And it fits over my ears like a dream. It's so comfortable. It's incredible.
Maybe
man.
it won't look as goofy as the headset you have on right now.
It does look goofy, right? I got the mushroom whatever for no reason.
You know, I kind of like it though. It looks
dumb. It's my look. It's been for a year.
Dude, I can't believe we've done a year. We've done 88 of these motherfuckers in a year.
It's wild. 88, man. That's crazy. So what do you think, Al? What's your takeaway from a year?
Man, dude, I don't know. I feel like we've gotten a lot better at it over the course of a year, for sure.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that for sure. It's gotten a little more polished.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I think it's been good, man. I would love to get back to doing more of like the book review and some of the other shit that we had done towards the beginning of it.
It's tough, man. It's tough when you do something like this and you try and you trying to make it happen, but also it's like a secondary thing to your life too. So it's it's kind of ancillary and you can just kind of get wrapped up in the monotony of it. But I agree, man. I think there's so many avenues we could take this, and this guy's only been on. Is this your second time, Dalton?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tremendous. You're a tremendous conversation. I love talking with you, and I don't know why that couldn't be true for other people too. I guess I'll have to ask them. That's
some of our best episodes. Though. Like we call it the Friendship News Hour because obviously me and you are friends, but like the fact that like to bring other people throughout the year onto the show, that's been my favorite thing, is to like have Dalton, have Mr. Rager, Patrick, my wife Sarah, like so many different people come on the Duncans. Like you just get so many different perspectives, like because like obviously we have our perspective on shit, but like the idea is to talk news with your friends, so it's like it doesn't need to just be what we're talking about all the time, but like to hear other opinions come into it, like opens conversation to whole new levels that like I don't know, like we have great dialogue, but when you add a whole nother layer to it, it just another layer to the onion. I hope we get to do it more and more. Friends that are listening, come on, hit us up. Like we would love to have you all here.
It is a good time. It is a good time to talk with folks. I agree with you. And it's cool to be in the know too, like I don't know how much like we open the hood of how we, prepare for this or stuff, but we have to find stories and things to talk about and scour news sites and read newspapers and magazines and subscribe to things and scroll through a whole bunch of stuff just to pick out things that we think are interesting. So it's cool to like have to know things. I enjoy that quite a bit. And it makes, I don't know, for me at least, it just makes me a little more confident in how I'm going about my business, knowing that I know this, that, and the other.
You're a little bit more red.
But yeah, and it's cool. It's cool to like, because I don't know that I would be that way without this. Because I feel like there's like some obligation to like at least have a weak grasp at the worst on what you're talking about, what you're presenting. Even if you think it's interesting, you want people to know what's going on and what's happening, and you're presenting it, and it's nice to be in the know.
Yeah.
But it's also fun to do things like this because you can just pour glasses of wine and fuck around. And
the other thing I appreciate is our half an hour shirtless stretch that we do together, the dance routine that we have pre-game for every episode. That's probably my favorite part.
I don't think you could.
Hell yeah.
If there's any success to be had in this last year, I think you couldn't attribute it more to that process.
I feel like I had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And it affects every other part of your life. You're limber. You're not afraid to throw your shirt off and just stretch because it's healthy. Do it with your brothers.
It's true.
Reveal secrets. It's a tremendous time.
But yeah, man, I mean, I'd say it's been a pretty successful year.
It's also cool. I think there's like a concept that is explored. I think you're very familiar with it. And I think a lot of people who come on become at least like exposed to this idea of like working something out in real time and in public.
Yeah, right.
You have music, right? Like you make music, you've gotten that down to an art form and you do it very well and professionally. And so, and then you put it out and you expose it to everybody and you say, hey, what do you think of me? What do you think of what I've done?
Right.
And then, but to do that in this form and to do it in real time, and you really kind of grow as a person, you gain a lot of confidence and you expose yourself, and then you allow for like what may come. And I think there's something to be said about that, because there's a lot of people that do that out there, and I think, not to pat ourselves in the back or anything, but I think there's an aspect of bravery to that, being able to speak your mind and talk through things and explore things, but do it in real time and live and things like, I don't know, man. It's an unexplored aspect, and I think until you get there, it's hard to appreciate.
It is, yeah. You tell me stories all the time that I've heard nothing about, so I'm like listening to what you're saying, also trying to form an opinion, and then like talk it through with you and like like bounce shit off you. I love that.
And there's it's the first time you're hearing things, and so you begin to formulate a thought about it, and it happens here and it's recorded, and then maybe a couple weeks down the line something similar comes up and you have a different view of it because you've thought it through a little bit. You've worked it out. You've kind of wrung the rag a little bit, and you've gotten a little bit deeper into it. Yeah. Sorry, Dalton.
Sorry, Dalton. Yeah. We're over here sucking each other off real quick.
No, I love that.
I thought when you guys were talking about children. Tell me more of your baby stories. When you found out not only your first, but your second, both of them were boys, and you too, Al, what was the feeling inside? Was it like elation?
You want to go take this first, Terry? Or?
The first one, I said, thank God, because I always wanted a son. thank God. Because then I was like, if we have a second one, it could be a boy or a girl. And like, I'll be happy either way. But I mean, I would be happy even if the baby is healthy. But I wanted a son so bad. Like, I've always wanted a son. And then it's like, so when Carson was born, I was like, hell yeah, I got a boy. And then the wiener, as soon as I saw the wiener, I said, okay, thank God, the doctor didn't make a mistake. We're good. But then when we found out we're having the second kid, I actually really wanted a girl.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because I actually really wanted one of each. But then when we found out we're having a boy again, I immediately just rose my hands up like, I can only make boys, baby. Let's have another one. And she stared at me like I was crazy. Like, we are not having another child.
No? 2 is the limit?
I think so, unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, hey, you never know. But dude, yeah, I wanted a boy. I would have been happy either way, but I wanted a boy for sure. And I remember like I don't know why, but like the relief that like swept over me when I thought it was a boy. I was like so pumped, like, fuck yeah, I did it. And like, yeah, like you're saying, now if I had another one, Sarah would really want a girl. So I this time I'd be pulling for a girl. I'd be pumped if it was another boy too.
Yeah,
like that would be
cool. Yeah,
But,
exactly. It's like it's like I was so relieved, but I was so happy I got a boy because it's what I've always wanted. But even if it was a girl, I still would have been super happy.
It's just that selfish part of you that wants a little you.
I've always wanted to like coach football and coach baseball.
Right.
And like watch my kid grow up and do sports and like spend a lot of time. I mean, it's not saying I can't do that with a girl also. I mean, when I grew up, my dad was always there to do sports with me. And I wanted to also do that with my son.
I also feel like the sports I know well, I'm learning, and that's changing, like with tennis and some of the other shit I'm learning, but like football and stuff like that, it's like I couldn't have taught that to a girl.
Tennis is supposed to be played in the morning and in the afternoon. It is not an evening sport. So get it together.
It's very much an evening sport. Let me tell you about how hard it is to get a court reservation at my tennis club.
I told Frank, I was like, who does Al think he is playing tennis at 9:00 at night? It is a morning sport.
Man, I mean, it is a morning sport for some people, old people especially, but dude, it's packed as fuck every single night, man. It's it's a good time. It's a great workout, bro. I love tennis. So glad I found it.
I just can't wait to get back on the golf course.
Yeah, for sure. It's about that time. We're coming out of hibernation.
Man.
I
think that's what I would miss the most if I ever left San Diego. It's like golf does not exist in San Diego like it exists in San Diego and anywhere else in the country. Mm-hmm. Not that only it's year round, but just like the number of courses and the way they're set up. Dude, I don't know, man. It'd be tough to give up. It'd be very tough to give up.
Mm-hmm. And the conditions, because like it's usually pretty nice there. Like it might be hot, but like it's
almost always, man.
Barely ever rains. Yeah. Here, even in our season, in our like 5-month window that we're able to play, like half the time it's rainy and wet and muddy, and it's just like
you just got to find the perfect day. When you do find the perfect day, it's 110 degrees out. You've sweated your ass off and changed your shirt 3 times.
Yes,
right.
Yes. That's why I'm glad I found tennis, because within the Midwest, it's a sport that exists year round for me.
I wish I would have found tennis myself because it's probably cheaper than playing golf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's another thing. Yeah. But I spent some money playing tennis. Sarah can tell you that much. I have like a membership where it's like my gym membership, tennis membership. But then like there's also like classes you can do, like the shit I was doing tonight. It's like a class, you pay for it. I do a lot of that shit too. So it can be expensive if you're about it.
What do you do for recreation, Dalton?
I work.
I
work and I walk very fast.
Where's your department at Costco? I miss talking about Costco.
Membership and marketing in the front end. So I'm in charge of the entire front of the building, basically.
So you're no more deli, no more bakery, no more any of that?
For right now, no. I worked enough in there that they told me I do not have to do that. So now they basically tell me that I'm the morale police. I believe that. Me, I'm a very extremely positive person. And I always walk by people and just like, hey, don't forget who you are. Success can't beat you. You can only beat success. And they're all like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, yeah, you'll think about it later. And then they do. And they're like, hey, I didn't forget who I was. It's like, yeah, that's right. I have a name tag on. I said, yeah, well, make sure you're looking at it. Just don't forget who you are. Okay. Remember to smile.
You know what? That. Every time I leave somebody, if I don't say it out loud, I think it every single time, Dalton. Don't forget who you are. Stay natural.
Don't forget who you are. Be true to yourself.
That might have to be a Friendship News Hour merch item. Do we have your permission, Terry?
Yes. But my question is can we also put a little tapioca pudding cup underneath it?
For sure. Absolutely. Just give me the design. Yeah, we'll design. That'd be hilarious. It should say the quote, and then like
as the period,
said the quote,
it should be tapioca.
Yeah.
Just the period should be a pudding cup.
I'm down it.
Pudding.
I'm down. All proceeds that we make from it will go to us buying pudding. We can promise you that.
Yes.
Yeah. That'll be about all the proceeds that we can afford as the pudding. But that's why we're going to do it.
Yeah. For all the people out there, we don't make anything off the merch. It is all just to pay for the infrastructure to sell the merch to people so we can get the name out there. So fuck with your boys.
It's pretty much correct. Yeah. There's no profit in this at all.
When I wore the Friendship News Hour sweatshirt to work, I had probably 65 questions. Like, what's that for? It's like, oh, it's a podcast.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I called them. I was like, hey, you should look it up. It's actually very good. And I know that even when I was in Indiana, there was a lot of people that always asked about it. Like, what are you listening to?
We need stickers, Al.
I do need stickers. Yes.
That's what we need. Stickers.
Yes. Any friends that know sticker makers, let us know. How do you do that? Like, is it just a web service? Do we just pay for a sticker maker and
just buy some stickers with the QR code that has links to the...
You know what you should do is look it up on Costco.com. You
guys sell stickers?
Probably. I know we sell business cards.
In the photo department, yeah.
Probably. You take passport pictures and shit too.
No, we don't have photo departments anymore. We don't do passports.
Really? When did that end?
They got rid of photo departments, I think 2 years ago on Valentine's Day now. We don't do any photo departments in any building.
Wow.
So no passports, no 1 hour photo lab. You have to order all pictures online.
That seems like a really profitable wing of that business to me.
Kind of disappointed a lot of us because a lot of people that even work there and like even when it went out, like people bought their like Christmas calendars for their families and stuff there. That was one thing I didn't understand, but Costco always has a reason to why they do things, so I don't question it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it used to be necessary, right? A whole photo department. You used to have to need that. That's where I got that calendar. That's right behind me. I haven't changed since December of 2021.
Say that the calendar of nipples.
Yeah.
It's a great
the bub calendar.
I could probably fill the entire calendar with what's in my photo album right now. Oh, here's a great story. You guys are going to love this. You guys are literally going to love it. So on Saturday, I'll tell it. Whatever. Just don't keep it in there. But so on Saturday, this member was like, hey, I just bought some king size pillows and they're $19.99. Well, the sign said $19.99. They rang up as $26. Like, why is that? I said, oh, no, let me go check the sign. So, like, whenever you go check the sign, I always just take a picture of it with my phone. Like, no big deal. So I walked back, and my whole gallery from my pictures were up. So, Frank, remember on your birthday when I sent you a picture of my nipple?
Mm-hmm.
That was literally the picture right next to the sign. And the member looked down at my phone like this and went,
oh, no.
She looked directly at my nipple. And I just, like, pressed the picture. I was like, oh, God, my face was beet red. Like, yeah, she definitely saw my nipple.
Dude,
and I was just,
amazing.
like, played it off like it was no big deal. Like, yeah.
Oh,
have you guys ever, like, gone to, like, a phone store or anything like that? Or, like, been in a public setting where you had your phone out, though, and, like, ever had like porn or anything like that, like pulled up, like, oh shit, sorry. Has that ever happened to you?
Nah, not like that.
It might be like an embarrassing like video.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, because like you fuckers, you guys tag me in all kinds of crazy shit. It's like sometimes like I'll just be in a place just looking like, oh my God. Just like close a phone. Like,
stop it.
Christ, dude. What are you sending me right now?
Oh my God.
The internet's a wild place, man. It's such a crapshoot. You never know. You could just see a picture.
Such a creative atmosphere.
It could be it'd be like the first frame is like three dudes like us talking. That's the frame. And then immediately something that's just like not only not safe for work, but like not safe for anybody.
Yeah, just totally disgusting. Like people that write songs about people's nipples.
Chris was, well, yeah. Who the hell would do that?
We say that because I recently had a little bit of time on my hands and wrote our good friend Chris Blacktits a song about how black his nipples are, because they are disturbingly black, and the world needed to hear about it. So
it's interesting how dark his nipples are.
They're quite dark.
It is a phenomenon. You guys ever have to pee so bad that like you think like your like entire abdomen's gonna explode?
Me in Cleveland, when I was with you in Cleveland, in what, 4 years ago? It
was way longer than that. It was, well, maybe not. It was 2000.
I want to say it was Hannah and Duncan's wedding.
It was after that.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an embarrassing day for me.
Have you guys been closer to pissing yourself in your lifetime or shitting yourself in your lifetime?
Oh, peeing myself for sure.
Two totally different answers, and I want to hear the reasons for both.
The floor is yours.
Extremely quick.
Go ahead, Terry, tell us.
Why do I got it? Okay, well, basically, it's like, when you're like, oh, I can hold it, like, because, you're at a public restaurant, like, or you're at, like, the mall or something, like, for example. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I can hold it until I get home. And then, like, as soon as you get in the car and you start driving, all of a sudden you get, like, those crazy-ass poop cramps that come up your head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
your head start to hurt really bad, and you're like, oh, geez.
You're and then it goes away. Bro. You're just sweating. That's what I would say, dude.
And then it goes away, and you're like, oh, I'm okay. And then all of a sudden, it's like very jogging hard, and you're crowning, and it's like, oh, God, here we go. And then you're like, oh, well, I'll just, seep out a small little fart. And then it turns out, like, you have to pee out of your butt. And then, then you end up shitting. So you've
shit yourself in a car before? Is that what you're admitting?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, who hasn't? It's happened before.
I know the phenomenon that you're describing. I've always been able to control that.
Really?
I've always known how, no matter how hard it gets, I'm going to get to where I need to go before it gets like to like critical mass, But there's been times, the most recent example, I was on a party bus. I got on the party bus having to pee. And then like 45 minutes later, we get to our destination, to the point where like when I'm walking and it like hurts to walk. I have a limp in my walk. Picture me hunched over limping like with the same motion, like trying to move as fast, but I can't because there's like just a giant pain in my fucking bladder. And I go to the first place that it's not like I'm not going to get arrested to pee in, and then I pee. Like that to me has happened more, and that hurts and is way more uncomfortable to me.
It's also like the best feeling in the world. It's like, what a relief.
Yeah, but right. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm talking about it right now, and I like working myself up to have to go.
It was a bad night, man. It's something that'll ruin your night.
It is.
It sure will. Well, Dalton, I love you. And I appreciate you being here. Thanks for helping us celebrate our 1 year anniversary. We got to get you on for more because you're the man and I love you.
As soon as I get into my house, I'll have my own office. So
Ooh,
we'll be able to have a very good time.
We'll have to get you set up with some solid equipment, some non-Call of Duty headgear.
Little Friendship News Hour banner.
You can wear the boxers.
Dude, have you seen those yet?
Yeah, I saw them and I really wanted them. But I got to get a dad hat first.
Yeah, those are cool too, man.
I do really like them.
Get two of them because you're got two.
I also want to. Can we also get a picture of Doofy in here somewhere?
You want a picture of Doofy?
Gail Swallows. It's still my favorite part of that whole movie. And for some reason it popped back in my head the other day. That's why I sent you that video.
Hey, Gail Swallows.
Dude, those first 3 movies are
don't make them like they used
classic movies.
Dude, they're so good. They're so good. Scary Movie 2 is probably
oh my god,
the epitome of my growing up.
That opening scene where he's shitting with the flies and all that shit, bro, is I laughed so hard when I saw it for the first time. I just those enchiladas.
No, it's my favorite part of that whole thing was when the girl, she goes, "You guys suck," and just starts pissing all over the floor. It's like it makes no sense, but it's so funny. It's
That's
just
the
like
one with
she's
Strong Hand dude too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you just got to put it right on there. And
My germs.
Oh my god. Are you a coffee drinker, Dalton?
Yes and no. I do like I love iced coffee. I don't like hot coffee. I do drink hot coffee, but I prefer iced coffee.
How do you feel about veterans and first responders and the charities that support them?
Is that a serious question?
Oh yeah.
Well, we should always support them no matter what. They're the people that keep our city safe and our world safe.
Well, so what if I told you could do that and support all those amazing people and also be able to drink coffee at the same time? Would you be down for that?
Yeah. I feel like this is a trick question.
No, I'm just trying to tell you because our sponsor, Gun Barrel Coffee, donates $1.
Trick question.
Yes.
He was totally leading. He was leading you the whole time, dude.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
you're
yeah,
a sucker.
got it.
You're a fool. You're simpleton. Don't do it
Is it
again.
the way you're a question? Okay, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I got it.
Okay. Well, that's what I was trying to tell you is that our sponsor, Gun Barrel Coffee, is proud to donate $1 from every item purchased to veterans and first responder charities. These amazing people that we were just talking about all across our country. They do this by offering 14 different blends and roasts, which you can get in whole bean, ground, or single serve pods. And right now, as a friend of our ship, you can use the promo code FNH10 and you'll save 10% at checkout when you buy their products at gunbarrelcoffee.com. That's promo code FNH10. Gun Barrel Coffee, damn good coffee, damn good cause. As we always say, hit the links in our bio. We got merch now. Check it out. You can hear our shop. We got the boxers and dad hats we were talking about. If someone hits us up for thong underwear, maybe we could see what's up. No one's done it yet, so hasn't been made. Then they don't have candy underwear, which was the first thing I looked for. But
recommended, by the way. Recommended. Do it.
But you get t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, all kinds of things. If you see something that you want that we don't have, we can make it. So let us know at the email and or social that Frank is about to give you guys.
You've heard it 100 times over. I'm not going to give it to you. But if you listen to this show this far, then you should probably go rate us. And
yes,
give us a like. Give us some recommendations on what you think you'd like to hear. Some more Dalton Robinette is in the works.
I really enjoy being on here and talking with you guys. I miss you guys very much.
I miss
you too, man.
It's fun to chew the fat, shoot the shit.
If you guys are interested in some tapioca pudding merch, Friendship News Hour will be sponsoring it.
I was gonna say we have a whole shop, bro, and you give us designs, we'll just print your shirts for you. If you got a Terry Tapioca clothing line, it could be a whole separate section if you'd like.
Don't forget who you are. Stay natural.
Yes, that's got to be a shirt. I'll make that.
I like to say, don't forget who you are, and then be true to yourself underneath it.
Whatever you want, man. You let us know. We'll workshop this and get back to you.
Yeah, we'll see. But look for it. Maybe we'll put on underwear too.
All right, we love you, Dalton.
Love you guys.
Thanks for coming on, man.
It was an honor. Hopefully I didn't embarrass my family.
Time can only tell.
Yeah.
You're fucked. No,
and the email to write us and tell us all the things you think about us is bummerdude.media@gmail.com. You can find the socials just by fucking typing our name and you'll figure it out.
Bye-bye.